This might be defend. Yeah, I think so, against the later position open. Definitely want to have some check raises here on this flop, but this is not a hand that would. Maybe if this had a backdoor flush draw, having the 4 might make it a check raise hand, but not here. Here's the board we can have a lot of C bets on. Jack Knight's probably borderline. I don't think people are defending enough against smaller bets though, so I don't mind a smaller bet. We don't pick up any equity here on this turn. Probably isn't all that filtered after the small bet, but I Okay, let's see. I think it makes sense for us to have some check raises here on this board. It's definitely a better board for, it's a great board for the big blinds cold calling range. And we do have a backdoor flush draw as well as top pair. Get some protection. And I think people are probably overfolding to check raises after C betting small. They got to be defending some ace highs there, and I'm not sure that everyone's doing that in this pool. Here in the slim pot, the guy just bets pot. We don't have anything. Okay, 9s against small blind versus big blind. Stands close. I think maybe against the fish, or against the shorter, against a possibly weaker player. I think I can open this hand. And it's a pretty trash hand. I think I can 3-bet this hand sometimes. with two weaker players in the blinds. I think I'd do like a 3-bet here. My thoughts being he can be opening pretty wide from his spot with two of the weaker players in the blinds. So I think I have a little bit more fold equity than I normally would in this spot. Gets the board I'm going to be betting a ton on. No need to go for a large size or anything here. Sort of a standard C bet. Okay, here we got a limp pot. Definitely no reason for me to raise at this point. Flop an open ender with a backdoor flush draw. I'm going to be playing pretty passively here in limp pots. Can't make a pair, but makes a 4 straight. It's possible we win this hand if no one else improves. Probably favors the under the gun limper. Maybe 3-betting here. Okay, super dry board. We could bet a lot on this board. We block a couple of the backdoor continues. I don't know how relevant that is. But this board definitely favors us as a 3-better. We have ace king. We're likely to get 4-bet by ace king, but maybe not always. So ace king's a little bit less likely. He could have a hand. He could have like a king queen suited, or just pocket pairs. Okay, when he raises here, this isn't really a board he should have too many raises on. I don't know that he would be raising sets. Suppose you could be raising king queen I do block king, queen. Okay, here we flop a gutter ball. We have 2 overs. It's just pretty large raise, $9 more. I mean, we might have the best hand right now. Okay, the 7's not a great card for us to keep barreling here. So maybe we just check behind and try to get there. Okay, when he checks now, try to bluff at that one. We're just gonna check behind here. Fuck. I need to be paying. It's hard to focus when there's. Okay. Pick up some showdown value. If he was raising a hand like 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks. Pretty hard for him to have a bluff on this board, I think. Yeah. Especially with the sizing. We're just gonna go ahead and fold. We have a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. We do get check raised. Maybe we can continue with this hand. Okay, he fairly quickly checks behind, and he could check raise with a maybe with a king, maybe with pocket pair, 10s. Maybe with 9x. I don't know how many 9x he has here in this 3-bet pot. We have like very little showdown value. I don't know if we can bluff at this one or not. Yeah, we should have. I was thinking we should have. This is a board that's not great for our 3-betting range. We do get cold called. I think we have to be pretty careful on this board, but like this is just a monster that we flop here. So I think we're just gonna start building the pot. This guy looks to be a pretty active player. Very small sample, but we've 3-bet him a few times already. No reason to stop now. Okay, we're definitely 4-betting here. We're gonna be out of position. See, my normal sizing would probably be about 10, 11. I think I like a maybe a bit smaller. I think I like about a 14. I'm gonna see a flop here. Okay, we are going to be ISOing here. Looks like this guy is probably a weaker player. But I think betting here would just be too merged. We should be pretty polar here. I'm actually not sure if it's too merged with the 10 of clubs. Really weird when he hits 50 cents. It seems like he doesn't love his hand, just wants to sort of see the river at a guaranteed low price. I kind of like attacking these types of bets. If we do get called, we do have some equity with our flush draw. Potentially 10s are good, and then yeah, we can just check behind here on the river. Hands he's calling with, maybe like a naked club. Probably more weighted towards a queen or a jack. I'm not sure if we're getting them to fold ever. What other types of hands could he have here? We block the straight draw. Yeah, I think this is just a check. Wow. Not folding. He's not folding. This hand's probably a little too weak to ISO. By a little, I mean a lot. Let's see. I don't like that raise with the 10s. What am I accomplishing? Just getting better hands to fold, or better hands to continue, worse hands to fold. Yeah, I think I have too much. I think it's I have too much showdown value there. I don't like that bet. I'm getting a really good price here. Seems like could be a weaker player here. Not so sure about here. This checks through. I think I might be able to attack this pot here. I don't think a king's checking through. Oh boy. All right. Can we cold 4-bet here with ace king? We're going to be out of position. I think so. It's a fine sizing. Gonna be 3-betting here, tens. Okay, they both call. I still don't think we're at the bottom of our range, obviously. I have the king, like, okay, that's interesting. It's an okay flop for our range. We'll do some back doors. I think with 7 high, I think I'm gonna lean towards a bet here. It's a pretty bad turn in terms of our hand. Types of hands he's coming along with, like king, queen, jack X, 10X. Not a whole lot of hands I have a ton of fold equity against. And I don't have any equity in this hand. I could be drawing dead just to a pair. Getting a 3-bet from this guy. I think we can just call. Okay, don't hate our hand on this board. I think we could even have some raises. We have a, yeah, I think we can just call here. I was thinking we could raise here. So on a turn like that, I think we might be able to lead for small. Our hand might be a bit too weak. Yeah, our hand's too weak for that. We do pick up a gutter ball. Okay, when he bets pot, we just have to fold, I think. We need like 33% equity. I don't think we're gonna have it. 2 is probably an out, 4 is an out. 6 outs. Okay, we open this pot. That's just not a great board for us. It's a pretty good turn. I don't think we need to really have any, I don't think we do anything here except for just call. He checks back. I think we go for some thin value here in the end. I think when he bets turn, he could have just sort of a 7, maybe a 5. I think those types of hands can call a small bet. This is maybe a little loose. Okay, we have backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. And this board's pretty good for our open range. It's better for us than it is for the buttons flatting range. Here, we have some showdown value. This board's okay for us. I think I like a check. Like we do benefit from betting for protection here. Okay, that's another card that's good for us. Although we don't have really any equity anymore. At the bottom of our range or near it, I think we can try one more bullet before we just give up. Okay, he's checked twice on this board. I think he's likely just got some worse hands. We value from getting some overcards to fold. Like maybe getting some of his gut shots to fold as well. So this is going to be a protection value bet here. And I mean, we can certainly get called by like 8x and some gut shots, some straight draws, some flush draws. Man, we're gonna try it. We're gonna call 4-bet bluff here. I think it's all right to mix this in. 357. Cold 4-bets are just super strong. And I expect we have a ton of fold equity. We have a good blocker. That sucks. Okay, wondering if we can lead this turn. Jack's probably a bit better for him than it is for us, so we probably I don't think we get to be that aggressive here. Of course, we benefit a ton from getting protection and like potentially even getting sixes, sevens, eights to fold. But we also have some showdown value here against his ace high hands. You know, I think I do like a small lead. Okay, that's a much better river for his range than it is for ours. We'll just pray we're somehow good at showdown. I don't see how we could be at this point. This one's borderline. Let's see. This guy's super active. So is he. I think we're okay to open his hand. Probably not okay to open this hand against that high 3-bet percentage. This is a board we get to have a ton of bets on. Is this right? He's 3-betting 6 out of 15 opportunities. I guess that's just like, could be sample size, but could maybe 3-betting a bit much. Yeah, he just got a ton of trash in his range, especially after checking flop. No reason to raise, just keep all the trash in his range. And maybe he overbluffs the river. That's a good card for us. Like he would likely would have c-bet the flop if he had a jack. I don't think betting really makes sense here. Like maybe we get him to fold sevens, maybe sometimes. And if he has a worse hand than us, like we're just winning at showdown. Ooh, he's just got a jack. It's an interesting play by him. Check flop. That sucks. All right, I think this combo might make a decent check raise on this board, depending on its sizing on the flop. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for a check raise here. Okay, we pick up equity on this turn, which is always a good thing. Can't go too crazy with our sizing, but we get to go fairly large here. This could be a loose open on the button. Okay, now like our value hands are what, like good queens, maybe fives. What sizing would we want to go with those hands? Our bluffs will probably be about the same. It's like, are we getting them to fold queen X, maybe to a larger bet? Do better bluffs. I think this is an okay hand to bluff. Folds, folds. Let's see. Do we want to have a raise? Do we want to have a raising range here? I think we just call and hopefully we can just check raise, or we can just raise the river. Okay, let's see. Like he could have, we unblock hearts, which is nice. I don't think he's ever really checking hearts. Shit. I don't really want to play heads up. Definitely gonna be 3-betting sevens. This is a pretty good VOD for us, but we do have a bunch of showdown value. We could easily be outflopped. We have some back doors. I guess we could bet for protection here. I don't mind range betting on this board. Small for protection. Let's see. On this board, we raised pre, we got flatted. We should have a lot of bets. We maybe want to size up there. Okay, when he calls behind, he could be calling with, I mean, we sort of block all of the draws he could be calling with. He could be calling with 8x, 6x, queen X. I don't think it really makes sense for us to keep betting in against that range. Consider 3-betting this hand. We're gonna go for it. We don't have a club. Again, like, I don't really see the value in betting. This hand probably makes a decent 3-bet. Sometimes. Be out of position, we'll go a little bit larger. It's probably like a very close open. Maybe it's losing, I don't know. $3 to call. We're gonna be out of position. We need about 30% pot entitlement. We could very easily, I mean, if we flop a set, like the implied odds are pretty good. His range isn't super strong, I guess. We do flop a set. So now, like what's in his range? Some broadways. He's definitely got some queen X in his range. He's got overpairs, which is nice. I think we can have some check raises on this board. I think this hand makes a pretty decent check raise. We don't want to go too big. We don't want him folding a ton. This will make it 8 to call to 24. Sort of just hoping he has like queen X. Okay, he just calls. We have a pot size bet left. We're gonna actually just bet small here on this turn. Hopes of just having pretty easy river shove. I think we could also check the turn with the stack size. Okay, I don't think we really have any other option. Just get it in here. I think we get 3-bet ace-10 off. Probably lean towards 3-betting a bit more with the offsuit hand. It's an interesting board. We do have backdoor flush draw, but ace-7, like we're probably just smack in the middle of our checking range. This guy seems to be a bit on the tighter side. Can we pick up the 7? I think we're not folding for that sizing. The king is better for us in general. So if he bets here, I mean, it's kind of repping just a jack. I wouldn't expect a 10 to bet here. Could have a hand like queen 9. That would be interesting. He overbets, so. He's basically just repping a jack. It's probably just an easy fold. This is like a spot where I don't think he has many bluffs, but I could be wrong. I guess he could have diamonds and some straight draws. Three betting here, we're gonna be out of position, or we got like a little bit larger. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, this is a good board for us. And we have Just a good, it's even a good board for our hand. Like it's a good board for our open range. It's a good board for our hand. Not a great board for our hand. I could see betting small being all right. We're never getting their draws to fold. Maybe we just wait to bet until we get a safer turn. Like we don't have a ton of fold equity on this board. And it's just a great board for both of these players. Okay, a bet and a call. It's looking pretty dicey with our hand here. They could both have like some pair plus draws. Like I don't think we can fold quite yet. That's an interesting card. So the flush comes in, board pairs. Let's get this player. Okay, he puts up a pretty sizable bet. I could see him betting flush draws on the turn. I could also see him betting straight draws and pair plus straight draws. Okay. We probably have 4 outs here. 8 into 36. It's like 25%. Like we probably, I mean, we're maybe ahead. Maybe, probably never. Oh my gosh, what in the world happened there? Aces versus kings, we don't get it in pre. I mean, I lose, but what? What in the world happened there? I just get flatted. He just lost a big pot. Maybe. Flatted kings. Okay. Yeah, so he flats kings. What does this guy have? A7. Oh man, he's got a monster on the turn. Okay, I could 3-bet here, or I could flat. I think I like 3-betting. 450, it's about 3x, yeah. Okay, 375 and up, that's gonna be, I need like 40% pot entitlement. I'm gonna be in position. I could easily be dominated. This guy seems like he's a bit on the tighter side. I think we're just gonna let it go. Being in position there, I'm not sure if that's a bit too tight. Folding ace 10 suited. King 8 suited. It's close. I can probably open that hand sometimes under the gun. Getting a really good price, but I think Jack 9 off is just a pretty bad hand. Not the worst hand, but it's pretty bad. Tired. Come on. From the cutoff. Big blind looks like a spot, so I think I can actually open that hand. It's pretty large 3-bet. We'd definitely be calling a lot of 3-bets. 450. I think Jack 10 off, like if it's suited, I think we're definitely calling. But that was also a pretty large size, so it's pretty good for us. don't have a lot going for us. We prefer to have a heart to c-bet here. I think players are likely not defending quite right against smaller bets. So with a trash hand, I'm inclined to just bet small. Good card for a range. We don't have really any equity. When he just calls and he doesn't raise there, he's likely pretty capped. I don't really like betting with no equity here, but that king is just really good for us and not great for him at all. I'd much prefer to have a heart. Okay, we're gonna be c-betting very frequently on this board. Could we get raised? There's some backdoor draws. Well, we just have a backdoor flush draw, and that's really it. Jack high. Don't love it, but I think this is a continue. All right, when he checks, like his check raises on this board. He checks after check raising like he's super capped, right? But it's a really interesting card. If he were to bet now, after checking the turn, I just wouldn't really believe him. So now, like if I bet, I'm just betting him off a chop. I want to bet him off a chop. What sizing would I choose? I think we can continue there. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. I don't think he's super strong after he bets flop and then he just checks the turn and then he checks, or he checks behind on the turn. Okay, he's got a 9 or an 8. Okay, we're definitely four betting here. Sizing, we're going to be out of position, so 9, it's like 2.5. Don't really like the jam there by him. He's in position. He could just take a flop. I guess ace queen off is pretty bad. I don't know if he was bluffing. Not sure. All right, let's end this session.